Hey guys, Jackson here, coming at you with another movie review. Today I'm going to be talking about Crawl. Before I continue, if you end up enjoying this video and you want to see more reviews like this, feel free to hit the subscribe button down below, ring the bell for notifications, let me know what other movies you would want me to watch and talk about. So, like I said, today we're talking about Crawl, and it's this summer's blockbuster horror film. It's very reminiscent, maybe not very reminiscent, depending on how you want to look at that statement, but reminiscent of movies like Jaws, The Meg, any other, creature feature summer horror film type of thing. It was a lot of fun. It starred, I can't remember the lead actor's name. She was in Maze Runner and Pirates of the Caribbean 5. They both did really well in this movie. They play a father and daughter. They are trapped inside a house that's flooding, and they are trying to evade a whole bunch of hungry alligators that are coming after them. Right off the bat, I really enjoyed it. I had a great time watching the movie. I'm a big fan of horror films, and this was super satisfying to watch. I live in Florida, so I could really appreciate the premise that this Category 5 hurricane comes tearing through. I'm pretty sure it was in or near Tampa, where this story takes place. Category 5 hurricane comes tearing through this house and, throwing a whole bunch of alligators in there with it. There was one critic on YouTube who even said, this movie could just as easily be called Florida is Terrible, the movie. And that's 100% accurate. If you're anything like the friend I saw this movie with, then you're not a big fan of horror films. I mean, a lot of them, movies like this in particular, can get really gory and really gross looking or too scary, whatever. If you're that kind of moviegoer and you're at all interested in this film, I think you'll be okay. It had blood, and there's a few moments that are going to make you cringe a bit and wince, and there's just enough of that to keep you on the edge of your seat. But I never felt like it got truly gory or gratuitous. I mean, it's a movie with alligators, and people get eaten by these alligators, and yeah, it gets a little bit bloody, but it never got disgusting. Now, if you were hoping it was going to be that kind of movie, maybe rent it when it comes out, or just don't go see it because you'll probably be a little bit disappointed. I don't really have any gripes about it. Not because it was a perfect movie, but just because with movies like this, man, I just want to go in and have a good time. And I did. I had a great time. However, there were a couple of BS moments, I guess. And so, again, they didn't bother me, but I definitely was watching the movie. And there were a few things that happened that just kind of made me raise an eyebrow, like, I don't think that's how that works. First of all, Florida basements, and you see it in the trailer, they kind of start off in the movie in this basement. Most Florida houses, from what I understand, don't have basements because flooding. And the ones that do have basements, they're not so big that you can be getting up and walking around all in the bottom of the house. So, but it's fine. They need that for the movie to happen, so who cares? This part was funny. So, minor spoilers, I guess. Some of these scenes are in the trailer, so if you super don't want to know what I'm about to tell you, then pause or skip ahead or click out of the video. I don't care. So, the heroine, I can't remember her character's name in the movie, but they need her to get beat up a little bit. Because if, alligators are in this house, it's cheesy if she's trying to dodge them and, evading all 5 or 6 of these alligators, however many of them there are. So she gets bit a few times. And the first thing that happens to her, this gator clamps down on her leg and then, so it drags her back a bit and it's thrashing her around. And the whole time I was like, oh my gosh, she's going to lose that leg. Then, she kicks the gator in the face a few times and it opens its mouth and she gets up and kind of limps away. I mean, if you don't really know much about like alligators, allow me to explain. She would have lost her leg. That's like, you no longer have a limb. Later in the movie, she gets bit on the arm. Same thing. It's like, you no longer have that arm. But through the movie, she's like, kind of hobbling around. She's getting weaker, but she's still swimming and using her limbs. And, again, and it didn't bother me because they're trying to build the tension with our characters. Like, oh no, they're getting hurt. things are going to be harder for them now. But you can't have your character missing 3 limbs by the end of the movie. Otherwise, it's, Gator Cane, Monty Python strikes again. It's not all just a flesh wound. You can't just get your limbs bitten off and then make it through the rest of this movie. So it didn't bother me, but it was, it definitely got a laugh out of me. Like, no, not how that works. In a nutshell, to kind of recap, super good time. Had a lot of fun with it. If you enjoy a good creature feature like I do, and you're just looking for a movie that'll keep you on the edge of your seat for an hour and a half, this is the one for you. So that's Crawl. Thanks again for watching. Feel free to hit the subscribe button down below, ring the bell. So let me know what other movies you want me to watch and talk about. And I'm also down to check out some older films, whether they're horror movies or action movies, whatever, and make a quick video about them. So thanks again for watching. Peace.